Hi, time for another Raw Taylor. And as usual, I have no idea what's going to happen, but here we go. Or, as I talked about in a video a couple of days ago, hello, our fucking planet's on fire. One of the things we really need to talk about as people that are involved in saving the planet and social change and fighting to make things better is we need to come together in larger groups and not just stick with our own people in our own little group, in our own little single idea group a lot of times. For example, you're fighting to, save a particular river. That's great, but we also need to think in terms of saving the entire planet. So we need to come together with other groups, other people, other ways of thinking of things, other interests, other knowledge, other skills, other contacts. We need to refertilize our thinking so that we can expand and grow and do things much better. That's one reason for it. Another reason is mental health. It's normal, especially in the COVID environment, to get frustrated and depressed. And one of the greatest ways to get out of depression is to do something for somebody else. But another way to help yourself is just do something different. Go meet somebody different. Go sit down and join some other group. Well, you don't have to join, just go visit. And who knows who you might meet. You might meet somebody and create a whole new partnership, and then you're two groups of people instead of just one group of people. So instead of just fighting to save your river or your lake or your pond or whatever, you're fighting to save something in addition. And you have, again, a cross-fertilization of ideas and energies and skills and mindsets, and that is so valuable. One of my favorite examples of this, partly it's because I used to work in a coal mine. Yes, I really did. I was a member of United Mine Workers of America and everything. This was a long time ago in the state of Utah. But this is a great example because there's a machine that basically digs through mountains and destroys everything in front of it and grinds it up into little tiny pieces. And then underneath that big grinding wheel is a set of arms that scoop up everything and transfer it onto a belt, and that moves it back behind to the back end of the machine where it dumps onto another vehicle that carries it out of the mine. But anyway, for 50 years this basic machine has been pretty much unchanged in design. But the design of those arms underneath this great big grinder, the design of that part of the machine came from an entomologist. I mean, whoever would have thought some insect guy would design or come up with the idea, not this exact specific design, but the general idea of a very important piece of a mining machine. But he would happen to be someone who was very familiar with the structure of the arm of the praying mantis. And I don't know how a praying mantis's arm is, but he thought of things in a different way. And he said, hey, why don't we do it this way? See if something like this might work. And it did. And that's been the unchanged standard of that type of machinery for more than 50 years now. So it's always good to get more ideas in your group. But that's one reason. But there's other reasons. Mental health. Again, just get out of your own head for a little while and go do something else for somebody else. Go try and help another group. Go do something different. We have to be more cohesive as a force because we have some pretty powerful forces that are fighting us 24 hours a day. Major powerful forces and a whole lot of money and a whole lot of lawyers and a whole lot of lots of other resources that are fighting us. This is not a short-term fight. This is not anything we're going to fix in the next year or two. We need to basically change all of civilization. And again, I'm going to talk about more and more specifics as we go on here. But this is a big deal. This is a long-term project that we're all involved in. And that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with this person, Heather McGhee, who wrote this extraordinary book called The Sum of Us. Now, her focus is race relations and things like that. But she's also very aware of the fact that we're destroying the planet. And she's one of very, very, very few national speakers and leaders that I've heard mention the environment in the last couple of years. And so, of course, I immediately fell in love with her anyway. But I would love to work with her, or do some public speaking with her sometime, or any other group that wants somebody to rant and rave about the environment. So be aware, not only be aware of other opportunities, but go search out other opportunities to work with other groups, to become more united. Because we're going to need all the unification we can get.